Second down, and we'll call it 12 from the Chippewa 36 as the Cougars break the huddle. And stride to the line to match up with this tough Big Red defense.
How much time they get?
Big Reds now back into a pass defense, and flags on the play before it started. That play took a long time to get to the line, and it's going to be delay a game against the Cougars. So it'll move it back 5 more yards out to the 41 and bring up second down and about 17. So one thing that we haven't talked about yet, Kevin, is penalties, which also can play a crucial role in a ball game.
Well, this looks like this might dictate this possession for the Cougars on second down. Now I look to see Todd put it up and see what the Big Reds can do defensively.
Well, he has 4 wide receivers. Brett and Anderson to the near side, Parslow and Reeling to the far side. Straight quick drop, throws it inside, incomplete. Good defensive play there. Broken up, the pass was intended for Parslow.
Yeah, Parslow hit on a play by number 23, Jeff Castle, sophomore for the Big Reds. Really has been a mid-season addition to the Big Reds defense, and playing with a sprained wrist, which is casted, and really, Jeff's had some great hits this year, and that was another one. He was there at the point of contact with the ball, breaking up that pass play for the Cougars.
Great timing there by Castle to break up the play, and it brings up third down and long now for the Cougars from the 41-yard line. 3 wide, split backs behind Todd Wojciechowski. Anderson to the near side, matched up on Thompson. Calls the signal, looks like Todd's changing the play at the line. He'll take a straight drop under heavy pressure, throws it into Anderson. A little bit behind him, incomplete. And it'll bring up fourth down and long for Dakota, and here comes the punting unit. So Chippewa Valley, with the aid of a penalty, and some strong defense, holds the Cougars, and now will receive the Tim Parslow punt. Tim struggled a little bit in his first outing against Chippewa with his punting. Improved last week against Rochester. He'll have a short field to work with here, only 42 yards worth of real estate. Bauer and Thompson back deep. End over end kick. Bounces inside the 5 and into the end zone. Adam Thompson couldn't get on it, and that will bring it out to the 20-yard line. Would have been huge for the Cougars if Adam Thompson could have downed that ball, but he was just out of his reach. So first and 10 now for Chippewa from the 20.
Yeah, Cougars did have a great chance there because the ball did bounce around the 10, and I think that they were looking at the Big Red receivers as opposed to the ball, and it slipped into the end zone, which is a break for the Big Reds. Well, Big Reds are challenged now. There are 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter, trailing 7-0. Offensively, DeLiz brings them out. Their senior leader, captain, 2-year starter, season cut short last year by an ACL injury, has done a great job to come back from that injury. Inside handoff to Pfefferman. And nothing doing there as the Cougars are right on that play controlling the line of scrimmage. Big Reds did not get a seam or a running lane to get through, and Pfefferman gains about only 1 yard on the play.
Well, the Cougars making a little bit of an adjustment on that play. The stop was made on the inside by Kazmar and Fentner, but brought Jason Vigneault into a linebacker position. Usually he's out on down on the defensive end in a down position, so an adjustment here by Ken Thole to try and slow this running game.
DeLiz the quarterback, Bauer wide left, Cleveland wide right, fakes, DeLiz rolls to the right, looking, throws to Eddie Achigian. It's complete, but it's just a short gain for the Big Reds, gain of only 2 or 3 yards on a play. DeLiz to Achigian, and will bring up about a third down, 7 yards to go.
Well, that last play gave me an opportunity to look at the Dakota defense a little more closely and also see Vito Dinelli in a down position. He's usually been a middle linebacker, so perhaps some of the things the Cougars throwing at the Big Reds right now are something that Chippewa not quite familiar with, and Coach Mike Carr working hard to make some adjustments here. Third down and about a long 6.
Big Reds have been able to run the ball on everybody this year, but right now the Cougars seem to have an answer for that running attack. DeLiz, keeper around the left side, is running wide left and does not appear to have the first down. Will be short by about a yard. Great Cougar pursuit on the play. They've stepped up and are doing a great job so far here in the second quarter. Big Reds send the punting unit out as Big Reds appear to be about 1 yard short of a first down. Number 24, Jared Schultz back, single safety for the punt. Bobby Frontero, senior soccer and football player for the Big Reds, to kick to Schultz. Bobby turns it over. It's going to bounce at about take a Cougar bounce just outside the 45, right at about the 45-yard line. Good field position. The Cougars will take over here with 6:33 left to go in the second quarter.
Well, the Cougars now will set up first down and 10 from their own 45 and go to work here trying to add to a 7-0 lead. Dakota was driving the ball on their last possession, but the Chippewa defense, which has been tough all year, rose to the challenge. According to offensive coordinator from Eisenhower, Terry Capacia, they got a big physical defense. They control the tempo of the game. And this time they will crowd the line, now back off into a more nickel look. Split backs behind Wojciechowski, hand off to Parslow, and he goes nowhere. So Tim Parslow running the draw, didn't get a whole lot, and stopped once again by Brett Hauser, who's been in on a lot of tackles for the Big Reds. Dakota's going to have to solve Brett Hauser and find a way to block him.
Well, the Cougars, no gain on the play. Big Reds need to stiffen here as they're down 7-0. With the Cougars trying to put more on the board, we'll see what they do here on second down, Kevin.
Second down and 10, three-wide set. Brett and Anderson to the near side, reeling to the far side. Sasson and Parslow split behind Wojciechowski. Here come the Big Reds. Here's a slant outside to Anderson. He breaks free at the 45-40, 35-30. 25 and stumbles down at the 23-yard line. A big pickup for the Cougars and another first down. Now, Chippewa took a gamble there, decided to blitz, and Wojciechowski hit Anderson for a big play. Big play there down to the 23. So the Cougars on the move once again. 5.5 minutes to go, second quarter. Anderson split out wide to the near side. Brett in the left slot and reeling out wide to the left. Here's a handoff to Sasson. He picked his way through. 20, 15, 10, 5. Paul Sasson, touchdown, Dakota Cougars. 23-yard touchdown run for Paul Sasson. Ups the lead to 13-0, and we've got a flag on the play after the touchdown. Have to sort this one out. Don't know if that flag was after the touchdown or during the play. We'll wait to see. Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against Dakota. So that'll be a 15-yard mark-off and make this extra point much longer. Talking to quarterback Todd Wojciechowski, who's pleading his case. And that will move it all the way out now to the 18-yard line and make this extra point a 35-yard attempt. So this is pushing the limits of Brian Henderson's range with a strong wind blowing from his left to right. Left footer. High snap. Trouble with the hold. Here's the kick on the way. No good. So Henderson forced to try the extra point from 35 yards out is no good. And the lead stays at Dakota 13 and Chippewa nothing. 5:20 to play first half.
Well, a little bit of a different outcome here the second time around. So far, the Cougars have been very impressive, and the Big Reds have got to look and see if they have an answer right now. The Cougars lead 13-0. Big Reds have not really moved the ball except for a couple first downs. Cougars have been able to, in their last possession, drive 55 yards for a touchdown. Big play to Sam Anderson, and then a nice run by Sasson again. And the Big Reds are looking at something they've only looked at one time this year, and that's the being down by 2 scores. So we'll see what happens. Henderson going to kick off to Lamazny and Bauer deep. Also back for the Big Reds, Brandon Thompson and number 20, Mike Baroni. 5:20 left to go in the first half. Last 2 weeks ago, tied at 14 at halftime. Cougars get a late touchdown to tie it up as the Big Reds were led 14-7. This time, the Cougars jump right out to a 13-0 lead. Henderson's kick taken at the 5 by Lemazny, coming up the middle. And not a lot there as he gets out the 23 or 24-yard line, brought down by a host of Cougars.
That time it was Chris McLaughlin along with Jason Vinuin on the stop. And it will be up to the Dakota defense now to keep the Chippewa offense under wraps. As I said earlier, they can explode at any time with those dangerous backs.
Well, I know the coaching staff is looking for one of those explosions right now to try and get some confidence in the Big Red team. DeLiz, the quarterback, fakes the handoff, looking to throw over the middle towards Achigian, and it's incomplete. A little behind Vinny. Bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Big Reds from their own 24-yard line.
Now Harold Harrington there on defense for the Cougars. And Harold's had a good season back there in the secondary. Looked like there may have been some confusion perhaps in that route. Jim throwing it a little bit behind Achigian there on that play. 2nd and 10 now from the 23.
Bauer split wide right, wide left, Cleveland wide right. Pfefferman, the wing back on the left-hand side. Handoff Lemazny over the right side. Gets a little bit of room, but the Cougars swarm. Picks up almost 5 on the play, though. Chris seems to be always able to take that first hit, slide outside, get positive yardage. He's done a great job all year, but again, the Big Reds will be challenged as they look at a 3rd and 5 from their own 34-yard line.
Mateo LaPiccolo was in on that stop. Mateo, a very smart linebacker and defensive back, really knows his position well. And little Adam DiBartolomeo stuck his nose in there too. Adam's a little guy, but he's not afraid to hit.
Official time on the field. And now they restart with 4:29 to go in the first half. DeLiz over center. Short drop, throws outside to Pfefferman, makes the catch, and will get the first down as he moves out to the 43-yard line. Tackled on the play by number 16 of the Cougars, Harold Harrington.
Well, that was one thing that the coaches, defensive coaches, were very concerned with out of the Big Red passing attack. Perhaps the most effective receiver, at least in the first meeting, was Brett Pfefferman. He's a multifaceted threat who can hurt you in the passing game and carrying the ball out of the backfield. He picked up a big first down there for Chippewa.
Yeah, huge first down for the Big Reds. They need to get some confidence here before halftime if they can move the ball and get a score. DeLiz, the quarterback. Lemazny, the lone running back, hands off, going around the right side. Looks like he's got a little room. And again, Chris gets his 3 or 4 yards before the Cougars swarm and stop him for the short gain.
Now Pete Hines helped force that play back inside, number 42, and Chris Kazmar cleaned up inside. Still, though, a pickup of 4 there for Lemazny, and 2nd and 6. So there's good surge there by the Big Red line. It's just a matter of Lemazny or Pfefferman making that one last move.
Cougar defense doing a great job. DeLiz, the general here, has got to get the Big Reds going. 2nd down, about 6. Steps, looks to throw, decides to tuck it and run. Now he decides to throw the ball. He's got a man deep. It's Brett Pfefferman. And at the 5-yard line, broken up by number 16, Harold Harrington of the Cougars.
Well, there's Harold again with outstanding defense. Jim wanted to throw, then thought about running it, and then heaved it out there for Brett. And Harold was with him step for step to break that one up and bring up another big 3rd down. And this is something that the Cougars have to be happy about, forcing the Big Reds into 3rd down situations where they have to convert to keep the ball instead of allowing them to get big yardage on 1st down and pick up 1st downs on 2nd down.
Well, Kevin, you're right. The biggest difference in this game is so far, the inability of the Big Reds to get big chunks of yardage on the running game. In the first game, they had great yardage, 3rd down and 7. Fakes the handoff. DeLiz looking, throwing outside for Pfefferman, and it's overthrown. Bring up 4th down and about 7 for the Big Reds.
Now 4th